Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What is your sexual fantasy that will remain a fantasy? Threesome with my wife and Jennifer Aniston. She's in, too. My wife, not Jen. Well, have you asked? Her lawyers have asked me to stop. I wanna fuck an ELF. What about fucking a friend? I could do that. Santa or LOTR style. Yes. Boyfriend turns into an alien monster and destroys me with his 100 tentacle cocks. It's weirdly sweet that you want your boyfriend to be the monster LMAO. I want to get gangbanged by 100 of your penises, better make it into my future wife's wedding vows. Private island. Sex on the beach. Since it's a fantasy, the sand is this magical material that looks the same and feels cool and soft. But does not stick to your body. Not a grain of sand in any crevices to stick to any of your parts. It doesn't matter if you're wet from the ocean, sweaty, etc. No sand anywhere. Just the sun, crashing ocean waves, and my magic sand. And my hair looks awesome damp and windblown. Not like the tangled, unbrushed mop that it usually looks like when it's wet and windy. Edit 1. Spelling. Edit 2. No, it is not just me and the sand. I'd like to add my husband to this fantasy for those who questioned that part. He has a very crucial role in the fantasy. Heart. Honestly, sex on the beach is built up to be so great when in reality it's just dirty and depending on the time of day can be wet, cold. God forbid if there are crabs on that beach. God forbid if there are crabs you could have stopped there. I'm standing in some sort of sun god robes on a pyramid with 1,000 naked women screaming and throwing little pickles at me. Jerkin to the gherkins. Having sex in space. Like zero-G sex. Once they get that hotel in orbit, I bet that will be very popular. Being tied up by a woman and used as a sex toy. Last time I let a woman attempt to tie me up, she tickled me. Killed the mood instantly and I ended up hurting myself and breaking part of the bed. I feel your pain. I hate tickles. That's easy to do. I don't know why should it remain a fantasy. I remember one of the best orgasms of my life. I just met a girl from another country while on holidays. We had sex a few times and then she left. She came back to her country. After a few weeks she invited me to visit her country. I said why not? So I went there. The first night she tied me up and she put some dominatrix outfit while I was there naked. While she was putting her dominatrix boots on, I started thinking about what the fuck am I doing in a country where nobody knows me, alone with a girl I barely know, and tied up. The tension and the relief of the orgasm was so good that I almost lost consciousness. I slept like a baby. She was a very nice girl. She took care of me and we had a good week together after that. Edit with the full story and some more context that some people have asked. She came to Spain. Her uncle and aunt are retirees and have a house here. So she came to be with them for 10 days. And spend part of the summer in Mallorca like millions of Germans do every year. She was alone and bored. So she used a dating app to meet people from here. And I was there. I live here, in Spain. The first few days we just hanged out as friends. We're both kinda shy. I showed her nice beaches. We swam in the sea together at night. We had a great time together. The third day we went party. And with the help of alcohol I did the first move. We made out. The next day we met again and we had sex and we kept it that way until she had to go back to Germany. A summer love. Everything was vanilla sex while we were in Spain. After a few weeks of texting every day she invited me to go there and the plane ticket was cheap. Less than $100. And I didn't even need a hotel. I could stay in her apartment. So why not? Then I picked up the flight. She picked me up at the airport and we visited some places in her hometown and we were making out here and there all the afternoon. Accumulating sexual tension for hours. We get to her apartment and we start making out on her bed. Then she said she had a surprise. I was lying on the bed when she tied me. I had my legs still free. But she tied my hands to the metal headboard of the bed. When the paranoia kinda hit, I was never really scared. Just tense. I tried to move to feel how trapped I was and my own body weight kept the headboard in place and the headboard was metallic. So I had zero chances of escaping. I was at her mercy. She got me naked and then she got naked herself while foreplaying just to stop there and go to the closet to pick her outfit while I was watching. She wore high boots above the knees and a top corset with nothing else in between. No underwear. Super sexy. Plus the tension. I didn't know her that well. It was a very weird situation. I was super tense because of the sense of danger and being trapped, but it was one of the horniest moments of my life at the same time. 5 years later I remember it like it was yesterday. After that week in Germany she came to Spain a few times more. I went to Germany a few times more too. But I'm too dumb to learn German. And I wouldn't fit there. If she was British or Italian or from any country with a language that is easy to learn for a Spaniard, I'd probably still be with her. We still talk a few times every year, but we haven't seen each other for years. It doesn't even need to be that intense. I'm not a very submissive person in bed, but my GF did this thing that I really liked. She tied my hands together with her underwear and said she was going to ride me and I wasn't allowed to move or touch. Just sit there, enjoy, and let her control the pace. I was only very mildly bound, but I let her do her thing and she pretty much used me as a fuck toy. It was hot as hell.